The illusion of endless dreaming. From the time we are children, we are told to dream big. Teachers tell us, reach for the stars. Parents remind us, you can be anything you want to be. Society repeats, follow your dreams. And while this advice sounds beautiful, it can sometimes become a trap. Dreams are wonderful, yes. They awaken hope, they spark imagination, they give you a glimpse of what life could be. But if you spend your whole life chasing dreams without grounding them in action, you end up running in circles. You keep running toward a moving horizon that you can never quite reach. Think about it. How many times have you said, one day I'll do this, or someday I'll achieve that? Those one days pile up. Those some days turn into years. And then, before you know it, you realize that dreaming alone hasn't changed anything in your life. You may feel a temporary rush when you imagine your dream life, but when reality sets in, nothing has moved forward. That's because chasing dreams without action is like watering seeds but never planting them in the soil. The illusion of endless dreaming keeps many people stuck. They believe they are moving forward because they're always thinking about what they want. But thought without action is just fantasy. You can dream about being healthy, but if you don't exercise, eat well, and rest your body, nothing will change. You can dream about being financially free, but if you never build discipline, save, or create new streams of income, the dream stays just that, a dream. You can dream about finding inner peace, but if you don't commit to self-reflection, meditation, or letting go of toxic habits, peace will remain a distant wish. Here's the truth. Dreams are not the destination, they are only the spark. They are the vision that awakens something within you, but they are not the path. Many people waste years thinking, gee, inspiration is enough. They confuse dreaming with doing. They confuse hoping with building. But spiritual awakening comes when you realize that hope must meet action and imagination must be shaped into structure. The universe doesn't reward you just because you dream. It rewards you when you align your actions with your intentions. That's the difference between living in illusion and living in creation. You cannot spend your life chasing shadows of what you wish for. At some point, you must stop chasing and start building. And here's the spiritual key. When you only dream, you live in the future. But when you set goals and act, you live in the present. And the present is where transformation actually happens. Awakening is not about escaping into fantasies. It's about waking up to your power here and now. So stop losing yourself in the endless cycle of someday. Stop chasing the horizon. Instead, recognize the illusion of endless dreaming and prepare yourself for the next step, turning that vision into goals that you can ground, build, and live. The power of goals. Dreams give you a glimpse of what is possible, but goals are what make it real. A dream is like a star in the night sky. It inspires you, it calls you forward. But without a clear path, you may spend your life gazing upward instead of moving forward. Goals, however, are the steps carved into the mountain. They transform that distant star into something you can actually reach. Many people underestimate the spiritual power of goal setting. They think it's just about making to-do lists or chasing achievements. But in truth, goals are sacred commitments. When you set a goal, you are declaring to yourself and to the universe, I am ready to grow. I am ready to act. I am ready to align my vision with reality. This act of clarity is powerful because the universe responds to intention. A vague dream attracts vague results, but a focused goal attracts opportunities, resources, and strength you didn't even know you had. Let's look at the difference. A dream says, I want to be successful. A goal says, I will learn one new skill this month that takes me closer to my purpose. A dream says, I want to be healthier. A goal says, I will walk for 30 minutes every morning and drink more water daily. Dreams live in the realm of imagination, but goals live in the realm of action, and it is action that transforms your soul, your character, and your destiny. Spiritually, goals are important because they keep you present. When you only dream, you keep living in a future that doesn't yet exist. You keep waiting for life to magically change. But when you set goals, you anchor yourself in the now. You say, today I take one step. Today I move forward. Today I choose progress over waiting. And when you honor today, you build a foundation that makes tomorrow brighter. Another power of goals is that they shape you more than they shape your outcomes. Reaching a goal is beautiful, but the real blessing is who you become in the process. When you commit to a goal, you learn discipline, patience, and resilience. You discover strength you didn't know you had. You awaken to your ability to grow beyond your limitations. Even if you fall short of the exact outcome, you still become a stronger, wiser, more awakened version of yourself. Goals also eliminate confusion. How many people say they want everything? Success, peace, love, happiness. But because they don't define their path, they end up scattered and lost. A goal cuts through that fog. It gives you clarity. It points your energy in a single direction. And when your energy is focused, it becomes powerful. Just like sunlight focused through a magnifying glass can start a fire, your focused actions through goals can ignite transformation. So stop floating in endless dreams. Start anchoring yourself in goals. Break your vision into small, measurable steps. Commit to them daily. And remember, every step you take with intention is not just building your outer world, but also awakening your inner spirit. That is the true power of goals. They don't just build your future, they build you. Discipline, faith, and action. If dreams give you vision and goals give you structure, then discipline, faith, and action are the engines that carry you forward. Without them, even the clearest goals remain words on paper. This is where many people stumble. They set goals, they get excited, but when the excitement fades, so does their commitment. And yet, true transformation is born not in moments of excitement, but in moments of discipline. Discipline is often misunderstood. People see it as harsh or restrictive. But in reality, discipline is the highest form of self-love. It is the choice to do what serves your growth, even when it's uncomfortable. It is the decision to show up for your purpose, even when no one is watching, even when results seem slow, even when the world tells you to quit. Discipline says, I honor my future self enough to sacrifice temporary comfort today. And each time you practice discipline, you strengthen the foundation of your spirit. But discipline alone is not enough. You also need faith. Faith is the inner knowing that your effort is not wasted, even when you can't yet see the fruit. Faith reminds you that every small step counts, even when progress feels invisible. It whispers to you in the silence, keep going, the seed is growing beneath the soil. Faith is the bridge between effort and outcome, between the unseen and the seen. Without faith, discipline becomes a burden. With faith, discipline becomes devotion. Now comes the third piece, action. Dreams without action are illusions, and goals without action are empty promises. Action is where everything comes alive. Action doesn't wait for the perfect moment. It doesn't wait until you feel ready. It begins with what you have, where you are, right now. One small step may not look like much, but when repeated daily, it becomes unstoppable momentum. And momentum is what transforms ordinary people into extraordinary achievers. Think of the greatest spiritual teachers, leaders, and visionaries. They didn't just dream. They didn't just set goals. They acted with courage, with persistence, with unshakable faith. They understood that waiting for inspiration is weakness, but creating inspiration through action is strength. Their discipline kept them grounded, their faith kept them hopeful, and their actions changed the course of history. Your life may not require you to move nations, but it does require you to move yourself. Every act of discipline, every choice rooted in faith, every consistent action you take, it awakens your higher self. It breaks old patterns and builds new ones. It shows the universe that you are not just wishing, you are ready. And when you are ready, life opens doors you never imagined. So remember this: discipline is the key, faith is the fuel, and action is the path. Together, they transform your dreams into reality. They turn goals from words into lived experiences. They awaken the truth that you are not powerless. You are powerful. You don't have to wait for life to change. With discipline, faith, and action, you become the change. Awakening through building, not chasing. Chasing dreams often feels exciting at first. There's energy, there's passion, there's that sense of possibility. But soon, chasing begins to feel like running on a treadmill. Your legs are moving, your heart is racing, but you're not really going anywhere. That's because chasing keeps you stuck in longing. It keeps you reaching for something that always seems just out of grasp. Building, however, is entirely different. Building is steady. Building is intentional. Building is spiritual. And it is in the act of building, not chasing, that you awaken to your true power. When you chase dreams, you live in a cycle of wanting success, wanting happiness, wanting fulfillment. But when you build goals, you live in a cycle of becoming disciplined, becoming stronger, becoming aligned with your purpose. Do you see the difference? Chasing is about desire. Building is about transformation. And spiritual awakening is not about having everything you want. It's about becoming everything you were meant to be. Building requires patience. It means you won't see the results overnight. Just like planting a seed, you cannot dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You water it, nurture it, and trust that it will break through the soil at the right time. In the same way, building goals requires faith in the process. Each small step matters. Each small habit builds upon the next. Slowly, quietly, consistently, you are shaping a life of substance instead of shadows. Awakening through building also means taking responsibility. When you chase dreams, it's easy to blame circumstances when things don't work out. If only I had better luck. If only I had more opportunities. If only someone helped me. But when you build, you understand that your life is your responsibility. You stop waiting for external miracles and start creating internal ones. You stop saying, "One day life will give me what I want," and instead declare, "Today I will take the step that builds the life I desire." This shift in mindset is awakening. It moves you from dependency to empowerment. And here's the beauty of building. It transforms not just your outer world, but your inner world. As you build goals, you also build resilience, courage, and wisdom. You awaken to the truth that happiness is not at the finish line. It's in every brick you lay along the way. Each act of effort, each step forward, each moment of persistence awakens your spirit and strengthens your soul. Chasing keeps you restless. Building gives you peace. Because when you build, you know you are moving. You know you are growing. You know you are becoming. You no longer feel like life is slipping away. You feel like life is unfolding through you, with you, and because of you. So stop running after the horizon. Stop chasing shadows of what could be. Instead, awaken to your power as a builder of your destiny. Create goals, commit to them, and trust the process. For the moment you stop chasing and start building, you stop living in illusion and start living in creation. And that is where true awakening begins. As we reach the end of this journey, I want you to pause and reflect on the shift we've just uncovered. You've seen how dreams can inspire, but also how they can trap you if all you do is chase them. You've discovered the power of goals, how they give structure, direction, and clarity to your vision. You've understood that discipline, faith, and action are the real forces that move you forward. And finally, you've awakened to the truth that life is not about chasing illusions, but about building realities. Think about it. Chasing keeps you waiting, but building keeps you moving. Chasing leaves you restless, but building gives you peace. Chasing makes you live in someday, but building makes you live in today. And it is only in today, this very moment, that real transformation happens. Awakening begins when you stop wishing and start working, when you stop hoping for change and start becoming the change. This doesn't mean you should stop dreaming altogether. Dreams are important. They are the sparks that awaken desire, but they are not the destination. They are the invitation. They show you what is possible. Yet, it is goals backed by action that carry you to the finish line. A dream without action is a fantasy. A goal with action is destiny. The truth is, your life will not change because you wish it to. It will not change because you hope for it. It will change because you commit to building it, brick by brick, habit by habit, step by step. That's where discipline enters. That's where faith strengthens you. That's where consistent action shapes your reality. And as you build, you discover something even greater. You are not just building achievements, you are building yourself. Every step you take teaches you patience. Every challenge you face teaches you resilience. Every goal you pursue awakens more of your inner strength. You begin to see that the journey itself builds. F is the reward, because the journey is what shapes you into the person you were meant to become. So let me ask you, are you ready to stop running after the horizon? Are you ready to stop living in one day and start living in today? Are you ready to step into your true power, not as a dreamer who waits, but as a builder who creates? If your answer is yes, then the time is now. Not tomorrow, not someday, now. Awakening is not about waiting for miracles. It's about realizing you are the miracle. When you stop chasing and start building, you align yourself with your highest self. You awaken to your divine purpose. You step into the truth that you are capable, you are powerful, and you are ready. So go out there and build. Build your goals, build your growth, build your future. And remember, when you choose building over chasing, you don't just change your life, you awaken your soul.